I think every kid's dream when you want to play football is to play football at the MCG, and yeah, it's just amazing that, as you said, 250 times I've been able to play here. Yeah, I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities that I've been given.
Yeah, it's always special to come to the G and watch Dad play. We catch the train in and we always get some hot chips and a hot dog, don't we?
Yeah.
But the best part is going down and seeing Dad after the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when they win.
If anyone can find a target in there, it's him. Young Pendlebury stands
Took him up.
Yeah. What's different about Dad with that jumper on? What number am I? 16.
Not 10.
Not 10.
That's right.
Good girl. First goal.
And then
Did the boys get around Daddy?
And then they pour water on his head.
Yeah, after the game they poured water on my head. It's funny though, because it does feel like yesterday when you watch the vision, you put yourself straight back in that situation. And yeah, I remember lining up for goal and sort of just being really nervous, and I sort of had no idea. I kicked it and I had no idea if it was about to go out on the full for a point, for a goal, and luckily enough it went through, and then just getting swarmed by all the boys, it instantly made you feel part of it. And an amazing experience just to be out there for the first time, your first game, you're living out your dream, and to do so in front of the Collingwood Army for the first time was so incredibly special. Yeah, at the time it was more just in awe that Bucks actually knew where I was. He pulled the kick around his body and just pinpointed me, and yeah, at the time I had no idea how much would be interlinked through our careers, and yeah, we've gone on to have a really special relationship.
Ryder climbing
the kids
high
have
on Ray
seen this.
Chamberlain's low bounce. Pendlebury, non-preferred.
What do you think of Daddy's hair?
Skillfully on to the left. and
You like
kicks a
it? Should I bring it back?
Wonderful.
I had to wash the pillowcases like
Which one do I like?
every single day. It was feral. I think you had like a couple of bad games or maybe a few losses, and he doesn't admit it, but he does get superstitious, and he's like, something needs to change. And so I remember you're like, just cut them off. I cut them off myself. There are 101 of them. Sold them on the black market.
No, I'd always wanted them when I played basketball, and I had them for a little bit, and then the coaches made me cut them off, so then I really wanted to get them back. So I got them back, and then, yeah, they lasted about 6 months, and then that was it. Never again. My warm-up's always the same, so after the coaches' meeting, I'll always come out, have headphones on. Yeah, my last kick always before the game is a goal, so I don't know, if I miss a set shot or whatever and they say no more kicking, I'll run right up to the line and just toe poke it over. I don't know why, but it's always been the same. So they're probably the two little superstitions that I have, just the music pre-game and then down this end, kick a goal.
What does Dad always say when you play basketball?
Have fun.
Finish on
Have fun, finish on her.
Finish on a goal.
Yeah, got to finish on a goal in the backyard, don't we?
Yep, and today I didn't.
Today he didn't.
Uh-oh. When we were younger, like early 20s, you were a lot more superstitious.
Oh,
I remember
yeah,
you
yeah.
made me drop in your Lucky Jocks.
Yeah, I had like
one
these
game.
red Speedos that I had to wear, but
You grew out of it a
Yeah.
lot, but you did have a lot more.
yeah,
when we were
sleeping and stuff like that. Used to be pretty anal about all that sort of stuff, but then you have kids and then that all changes because sleep disappears and they don't really care that you play. Yeah, still sneak in the naps here and there, but so this was just these goals here. Fun fact, that was touched off the boot, so Darren Milburn touched that when it came off my right foot, but they didn't have score review back then, and I was adamant that I was going to celebrate because it come off as a drop punt anyway. I think he got the smallest of little nicks, but I did hear him nick it. To kick that and put us 30 points up, it was just the ultimate start, and you didn't know you were going to get to a grand final, but it was a good start, and I just remember this. It was the loudest I reckon I've ever heard the MCG. It was 2010 prelim, and the joint was just rocking.
So they might be a week early, but I can recall that last 5 minutes of 1990, that Collingwood echoing around the MCG. It just...
Yeah, every time I play and that chant happens, it's just amazing. Just the support that you have from everyone and their ability to turn up in such big numbers week after week and give us that energy, especially in finals. Like, there's no better feeling than winning the big finals and having that Collingwood chant come and support you. And whether it's game 1, 10, 400, whatever it is, it's just amazing to hear.
Takes him on left foot around the corner. He had them all jumping every inch way.
You know, I feel like I've experienced nearly everything you can experience as a footballer. You know, I've lost a grand final, drawn a grand final, won 2. Yeah, so I've lived a privileged life with all those experiences, those ups and downs, and when that siren went in the first one and we drew, just that feeling of exhaustion and almost disbelief that you had to come back a week and do that all again, because yeah, when you go into a grand final, you'd never ever think about a draw. You always think that like, this is it, give everything you've got, and then to back up that emotion.
A lot of us had no idea what the rules were. So we were sort of like, time on surely, and then going to be replayed, and we're like, oh my God, it was very numb. I remember the dinner was just weird, but it's a hell of a lot better than a loss, I'll tell you that. Yeah, as Scott said, like to be a part of it was kind of cool, because I don't know that it's been done too often.
And the winner of the Norm Smith Medal for 2010 is Scott Pendlebury from Collingwood.
Like Dad's hair then, long. At the time when it happened, I sort of just had a bit of a chuckle, but considering there was no other Scots in the side playing that day, I knew who they were talking about. So yeah, it certainly lived long though for me. A lot of people always ask me about that, even 14 years on. History will say we did it it took us 2 weeks, but I'm glad that we're on the right side of history, and a little bounce favoured us just in that pocket just there. So for me, people are like, you got there so quickly, but I'd also lost the prelim by under a goal in 2007, went out in 2008, and then broke my leg in 2009 in the first few minutes of the final. So I'd tasted finals and I tasted what that feeling felt like, and I dare say it would have been different if it was my first year and I just come in, I won a grand final. It meant a lot to me to win one because I'd been close. I'd felt the pain of losing a prelim. To finally win one in 2010 was an amazing feeling, and to win one, you know, pretty early, I'd say it only sort of added fuel to the fire to want to get back there and do it again. And if you had told me it was going to take 13 years to get back and do it again, probably would have been happy with that. Yeah, but 2010 was a really special year. This is when you were running up. Remember? Go. Watch him touch the back of my head. Oh. What do you like, Darcy, when you run out onto the ground? Do you like giving Dad a cuddle after the game? Yeah?
Or do you just like seeing Lila and Sloane?
Seeing Lila and Sloane.
The crisps.
Crispy's daughters. Ever since Flyers come on board, I don't know, it feels a lot more like a sort of a country football club for me anyway. And yeah, I think for me, always seeing the kids after a games, win or lose, is really nice. And it's more than a game, you know, seeing your family and making sure they feel part of it and they're happy. And you know, he's done that now for a couple of years, and all the boys really embrace him, and he loves coming into the footy club whenever he can. And
lots of friendly faces of the staff of Collingwood as well, who the kids all know, and they all look out for him as well. So yeah, absolutely.
So proud.
oh, thanks, buddy.
You proud of Dad, Dars?
My good dad. Sometimes.
Not when we're naughty.
Not when you're naughty, I'm not a good dad. You're pretty good kids. Run home was always about, we had to keep sort of winning, and we went on a big winning streak, and yeah, it come down to Collingwood Carlton. Funnily enough, my 400th is going to be against Carlton, so if we won, we're obviously going to finish top 4, so it was a massive game, and yeah, to chase them down the last quarter and get that win for us and finish top 4 and knock them out. It was, as I said before, like the noise of this place, like the ground, it feels like it's shaking, and amazing finish to a game. And I got asked the next day if I felt sorry for Carlton that they didn't make finals. I'm competitive, and I didn't feel sorry for them in the slightest, because we got what we needed to get out of it, which was a win and lock in top 4. I remember just being like just there in 2023, just collapsing to the ground, like that feeling, and then just looking up and everyone's just on their feet. Like, you know, I only could imagine what it's like. Al trying to enjoy the game but look after these 2 kids. And who are you celebrating with? Hey. I think the kids had more fun playing with the confetti, and yeah, I remember in the celebrations looking around at one stage and just seeing all the kids out there. I'm not sure they were supposed to be out there, but there were so many kids running around playing with confetti and having a ball, and I just thought, like, this is, yeah, 13 years of hard work to get back here, and it was just very special, like all the kids, the families, all being part of it, the partners all out on the ground. It just was a whole club, the whole club won in my eyes. It wasn't just the players, it wasn't just the coaches, it was literally the whole club. I got that 16th cup that we'd been chasing, and yeah, it was just so special. The 13 years, not knowing if you're ever going to get there again, just all those questions. And yeah, it's probably just the ability for us is just to stick with it and stick it out. You never know what's around the corner, and you know, having these 2 out on the ground and putting the medal on and taking them to school the next day and showing their schoolmates and kindermates, whatever it was. Yeah, awesome to have these guys a part of it.
That how hard the team had to work to get the second flag, and having kids as well involved, it was just so much more special.
Yeah, as cool as like winning the grand finals and stuff has been, it's still pre or post the grand final, you're still dad, and that's the part that's really cool. And
being a bit older and wiser too, and just knowing to take it all in and really cherish it. I think maybe the first time you won it, I don't remember doing that as much, but this time I really was like, try to remember this, cherish every moment, because it was really cool.
2005, to be drafted to Collingwood, it's just part of the package when you come to a club like this, is that you get to play here a lot of times. You get the biggest army in the land to really get behind you, and yeah, I'm just a beneficiary of that.
The calm and grace of Scott Pendlebury.